All right, folks, what's going down? So the movie we're talking about today is called Latency, and is directed by James Croak, and is currently streaming online. I watched it on YouTube, and overall, this movie is it's alright, I guess. It's alright, but let's get into it. So, got this girl. Her name's Hannah. She's in the video games big time. I mean, this woman loves her gaming. All right, from OG games, old school games, to the old school consoles, to the new stuff. PC playing, everything. Right. Recently, she's been enjoying VR gaming. VR. But anyways, though, she helps test games out on the regular. Her only issue is she suffers agoraphobia, which means she can't hang around large crowds and whatnot. So she pretty much stays home for the most part, which makes sense because, I mean, she plays games all day anyhow. So honestly, it seems like she doesn't really care to mind. She has her buddy pretty much brings her food and all that stuff, so she's pretty much covered. But anyhow, though, she receives this yet to be released new type of product to test out, and it's called Omnion. So you put this device on. It's a weird little, almost like a headset, right? That you put on kind of like the back of your head, and it kind of reads your brain waves. And so eventually, once all the calibrations have been completed, you no longer have to use like a controller, keypad, or anything while you're gaming. Just what's inside your head, dude. Your brain. It even allows you to control other electronics like iTunes and crazy shit like that. But of course, this always comes with a price. And this is when Hannah she starts having illusions and all sorts of craziness starts to ensue. So will she survive? Will she? The funny thing is this movie's probably about like an hour and a half. And honestly, it felt long. Because it was kind of bland, honestly. I mean, the character wasn't really that interesting. I'll admit, though, they did try to add like a backstory, but it just kind of fell flat. I will say, though, the special effects, while they used while she was playing games and whatnot, that actually looked pretty cool. So yeah, kudos on that. But the overall story and everything else, just it didn't do much for me, to be honest with you. I mean, it's PG-13, so there's really no blood, so I couldn't even sink my teeth into that. And the thing is, I play games just like anybody. I mean, I'm not like a big time gamer, but I play games, right? But she never really felt like the gamers that I know, dude, or any just real gamer in general, though. But I mean, they try to present her as one, who's like this badass gamer who, she has games all over her shelves, filling her entire house and shit. But it just didn't feel real. Just felt kind of forced and whatnot. Kind of like the virtual game she was playing. Fake. And I'll say this: it's not the actress's fault. She was fine. Her performance is good. Good actress and whatnot. So it was not her. It was just the movie itself, though. It just was good produced and all that, but it's just, the execution of the story and everything else, just, I wasn't feeling it, dude. So, honestly, I just cannot recommend this one. But if you do watch it, like I always say, enter at your own risk. But I do have a recommendation that's kind of like this movie, but way better. And it stars Edward Furlong, back when he was, he was still hot during the time of after Terminator 2 and whatnot. And this one's called Brain Scan. It's about a teenager as part of an interactive video game where he kills innocent victims. Later, the murders become real. This was VR before it was VR, alright? A really fun horror flick that I think you guys will enjoy. And it's highly underrated, dude. A very highly underrated, horror flick, dude, that you should definitely be watching. And if you look hard enough, I'll just say this: there is a version of the movie on YouTube that you can check out. But otherwise, it's available on Amazon. But anyhow, though, that's all for today. Stay nasty, my friends, and I will see you at the next one. Shay Nasty out.
I'll see you soon.
Like and subscribe.